As little girls, we always dream of our fairy tale wedding and a happy ever after. But life happens. We come to the reality of things. We realize we were just living in a fantasy world. But hey, don't mind me. Some fairy tales do come true until death happens. Today we are on the mountainside where a beautiful woman will narrate her journey into single motherhood.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Regina Warema.
My name is Regina Warema Karugo.
Mimi hapa nyumbani.
I live here in this lovely home.
Wakati ya kusoma mimi nilikuwa kwetu, lakini sikusoma sana. Nilisoma kutoka study 1 hadi study 8.
I only studied from class 1 up to class 8 because my parents could not afford to further my education. So after class 8, I left for Nairobi to live with my aunt. I taught myself how to sew sweaters, and later on I got employed as a tailor. I worked there for a long time and I would send money to my parents.
Nimeseeka nikaona heri nitafute mzee.
After a while, I thought to myself, I am getting old and I need to get married. So I started looking for suitors, and finally I met a young man and we got married. After a few years passed, my husband told me to stop sewing sweaters and we shift to upcountry to become farmers. So we shifted to this place and we started our journey as farmers. God blessed us with 3 children. We lived well and we were able to educate our children. Then when my last born was in class 2, my husband became sick. We used a lot of money because he had cancer. Cancer for throat and lymph nodes.
Cancer ya throat na mapua. Sasa tukakuwa tunaenda huko Kenyatta, akatibiwa karibu mwaka mzima.
We went to Kenyatta Hospital for medication for a whole year, but finally he passed away. By the time he passed away, the last born was in class 3, second born in class 5, first born in class 6.
Nikaanza kutabika.
Now I started the struggles of being a single mother. When my husband died, I had a very hard time of raising this kid because I had stopped farming because of my husband's condition.
Watu wetu walikuwa hatina nguvu.
I didn't have relatives that were capable of helping me. I searched for work to no avail, so I went back to farming. I became a masoko, and that is how I managed to educate my children until the firstborn finished class 8. I didn't have money to take him to school.
Sasa nilikuwa ninaandika barua kwa chief.
So I would write letters to the chief to no avail. My son had to stay home the entire year until my second-born also finished class 8. Now I had 2 kids to take to secondary school. My first son would cry, and I would also cry. So one day I went back to the chief's office very early in the morning and I waited for him for 4 hours. He finally came. I told him I have been writing letters to no avail. I explained my condition and finally CDF funding came through and my 2 children were able to join secondary school.
CDF imenisaidia sana.
CDF has really helped me. All was well until they reached Form 4 and needed money for university.
Tukafanya harambee, hata tumefanya harambee mara 2.
We did a harambee, actually 2 harambee. But I could only be able to raise funds to educate my first child. As for the second born, I went back to the chief and luckily he was sponsored by the previous MP Kabado wa Kabado.
Sponsor na alikuwa ni sponsored na by MP ule alikuwako na itagwa Kafado.
That son of mine, God favored him and he's now employed at Kagumo. As for the daughter,
aliolewa na bado hajaandikwa, hana job na amesoma na akamaliza, amesomea BCom.
She got married but still not employed. She has a degree in BCom. Unfortunately for my first son, who is at Kagumo, he married but his daughter is blind.
Akapata mtoto mwenye alizaliwa bila kuona.
I told them to bring me the child. I helped raise her because they are busy parents and they couldn't trust any house help. Now the kid is in class 1 in a school of the blind. My last born only cleared secondary. She didn't go to the university because she failed her Form 4 exam.
Alienda secondary, like hakupita.
Now she works on manual jobs here and there. Now I live alone. Sometimes my kids visit me, but they can't help me the way I want them to.
Unajua hata hawezi wakanisaidia vile mimi nataka nini. Hata kaliko kama hii naweza jidegea hapo. Sasa ni lazima niwaambie nataka nini kitchen.
I can build myself a kitchen like this. It's not a must, I tell them.
Sahi ni kulima tu. Sahi mimi nalima kahawa, nalisha ng'ombe. Na nikagombe kamoja tu siwezi kwa sababu kubeba.
I am only farming. I farm coffee. I have a cow. Just one cow because I can't manage to maintain more cows. Because carrying their food is a problem and now I'm old, I can't do much. But I'm contented with my simple life.